Today, the program Africa Sports Headquarters. My name is Ayo, and today we are going to do like a recap of the major highlights as all leagues in the world, Europe, and the other parts of the world are winding down. Now, this year is an unusual year, 2023. This year is the year that because of what happened last year, COVID-2020, COVID-19, COVID, a lot of sport programs had to be moved out of that year. Now, for this year now, we have what now? If you remember, Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, that's Cristiano Ronaldo, rivalry is getting beyond Europe now. When I mean rivalry now, before, it's always looking at both of them in the same league, La Liga. While Cristiano Ronaldo was planning his trade with Real Madrid, then Lionel Messi was doing his own, was doing his with Barcelona. Now, Cristiano Ronaldo left Real Madrid after left Madrid and then went to Manchester United. From Manchester United, he landed in Saudi Arabia. Now, it is still about, both of them are still the talking point. No other person seems to be filling up. Even the next person, the next rated star, we're talking about Kylian Mbappe, seems not to be getting most of the attention now. Now, Lionel Messi recently had an issue with Barcelona over his travel to the same Saudi Arabia, while it's a rival. He's playing his professional football. Both of them are in their last days of their career. We can't say they are in their last 8 days, but we are in their last days. Now, Lionel Messi now travels to Saudi Arabia, as an ambassador of the Saudi Arabian Next World Cup project. Now, what happened is on getting there, his current club, PSG, find him. Now, the issue is meanwhile, it was also reported that Cristiano Ronaldo and his girlfriend, Rodriguez, are tired of life in Saudi Arabia. Now, that is it now. Now, people are asking, what is the next move for these two football icons now, who still, despite their being in their late 30s, 33, I think 34, 35, if I'm right, are still the news in the sports world. Now, Messi is currently planning his trade with PSG, Paris Saint-Germain, and even after that, because of his attitude, PSG, who by now should have laid their hands on the trophy, on the league prize, lost 3 or 4 consecutive matches. And now, hearing that Lionel Messi traveled, PSG fans went on a street protest to his house, asking him to go away. Now, all this seems to be settled now because Messi has apologized now. Meanwhile, Cristiano Ronaldo seems to be very quiet on the next thing. He has fallen out with his long-time agent, his long-time agent, who's always perfecting his moves. Now, he went to this present club out he had on his own. He negotiated everything. He got a lot of bountiful package for himself and his girlfriend. Now, it was reported that both of them are tired of life in Saudi Arabia. Now, what is this about Saudi Arabia now? Saudi Arabia seems to be pushing their league upward now, attracting stars. It was reported that sports keeper Hugo Lloris is offered double times his wages. Now, it was also reported that Luka Modric is on the verge of going there too. Now, a lot of stars have been marked to be moving there. Now, don't forget that our own Odion Ighalo is there. So, our number one news item is Lionel Messi versus Cristiano Ronaldo rivalry is going beyond Europe. And when is it going to stop? Who's the next star we're going to talk about as this year's league season? Let me also add that Lionel Messi also became the second time L'Oreal's World Sport Man of the Year award. And in an interview, he said he was never seeking to be all this blessing. That was not his motive. He just wanted to play football. Now, that's what people say. Now, let's go to the game. Now, let's go to our home Nigerian Victor Osimhen. Now, it has been different, but it has been like a motion, or let me say, like a Formula One spectacular year for Victor Osimhen. Some online now we call it Ijaya Olusosun because he grew up around the other side. Now, but what I'm going to bring now is that while he was able to break the record held by the African legend and current Liberian president George Weah, who released a lengthy letter praising him. There is another football legend who doesn't see much big deal about him, Oliver Kahn. Oliver Kahn, if you remember, was dribbled by our own Austin JJ Okocha. Now, Austin JJ Okocha, make sure what we call disgrace. What I mean disgrace, I'm speaking literally. he was able to disgrace or remove the greatness of Oliver Kahn when he was playing in the Bundesliga. Now, Oliver Kahn, when he was asked that as the current director of football at FC Bayern, will they bid for Victor Osimhen, said he's never sure. That are you sure that at 150 million pounds euros, 150 million euros, is Osimhen also going to be able to spectacular in the Bundesliga? That generated a lot of reactions from Nigeria, and they were like all out to attack Oliver Kahn. So if George Weah, an African legend, a former Ballon d'Or winner, and current Liberian president, could be happy for his fellow African man, there's a man that's not happy in that regard. There are two Nigerians that are trending now on the scorers chart, although they are like emerging footballers now. We have Victor Boniface, and we have another guy called Gift Odom. Gift Odom is of a mixed parentage. His dad is Nigerian, and I think his mom is from Benin Republic. But he grew up in Nigeria and Benin Republic. Now, his agent, I think I came across a piece that says his agent is one Junior Niki. Now, both of them have been nominated for the Hair Bonus Shoe, that is Best Player of African Origin, in the Belgium Pro League Award. Now, both of them are to contest with another striker from Genk FC. I think it's Pants Steel. Maybe that was from Ghana or whatever. I don't know which country from. I've forgotten. Both of them have been nominated. Now, it's not about Victor Osimhen alone. We have Victor Boniface and Gift Odom. Now, the question is, when will they be invited over for Super Eagles? It has been this politics, soccer pundits have been calling for their inclusion, but you know how it is at the grass out of the Nigerian Football Federation. And the issue of wages, flight tickets, the issue of match bonuses, and the issue of a lot of areas are on ground. Own the Super Eagles, own the Falcons, own a lot of these national teams. Now, these star players now, with due respect to them, are nominated in their personal career. Will they get to call up for national selection? And will they be able to, after selection, after being called up, will they be able to effect that for the national team? Now, another one that also got my attention is another Nigerian named Martin Ebuka. Martin Ebuka plays in the Swedish league. Now, his own is not about his footballing achievement. He was able to complete his what's like he's thinking about the future, a coaching program under this former Barcelona legend and coach, Sirhan Sifro football program. Now, he graduated from the program, which has produced the like of Mikel Arteta and Pep Guardiola. Now, when you hear about those two players, maybe you were not born during that's going Sipro's now time. Tiki-taka, philosophy, fast football, dribble, attacking football. Now, this Nigerian, Martin Ebuka, who plays his trade in the Swedish Pro League, completed his program. Now, he's on his way now to complete all his coaching certificates. So, after football, he's thinking about becoming a coach. So, let's watch out for Martin Ebuka. Now, the Nigerian under-17 team, Golden Eaglet, is out of the World Cup. And that was, every spines has been raising up, every tension in the land. People are calling for the head of the coach. You look at Bade, who has an experience with that team. He has been assistant coach like 2 or 3 times with the former coach. I think Gaba Manu. And then, they've done a lot of things. So, he cannot claim not to know what is happening within the inner circles of the team. Now, the team lost yesterday, that is on Thursday, to Burkina Faso, 2-1. Now, the first match, they won 1-0. South Africa, they also won 2-3, and they lost against Morocco, which was an own goal. I think it was an own goal, yes. And then yesterday, Burkina Faso, they lost, and then they're out. Now, they're out at the quarterfinal of the African Under-17 Championship, and they're also out. We're not seeing them in the next World Cup. Now, Nigeria has qualified for the World Cup, Under-17 World Cup. Both of the World Cup and the African Under-17, 11 times in total. Nigeria has won it, I think, is it 5 or 6 times? That is it. Now, when it comes to the turn of another legend, we have not been able to go anywhere. Now, let's move from that. Now, that is also about the same fate with our under-21 team. Now, Nigerians are now saying, what is wrong with our developmental programs? And yet, Super Eagles too are having some shaky times. Having some shaky times in international football. And our players, we have players all over the leagues all over the world. Anywhere you see leagues, you find Nigerians there. That's one thing now. As time goes on, we take a treat about that. Now, let's move to all European leagues now. We have Serie A, we have La Liga, we have the League One, and we have Premiership now. And we have other countries too. But under the League One now, the seasons are going down. Now, and then the top 3 teams are knowing themselves. Now, the league forerunners are knowing themselves. Now, in Syria now, Napoli has already clinched the title. So it's now left for AC Milan and Inter Milan to share the spoil, who is the second, who is the third, so that they know both teams. But I'm very sure Napoli, AC Milan, Atalanta, and Inter are contesting for the remaining European slots in the Serie A. And then don't forget that we have our own Lookman in Atlanta, who I think is out on injury. Now in La Liga too, it has been a 2-horse race between Real Madrid and Barcelona. And then already, Real Madrid won their Kings Cup, which is like the FA Cup, equivalent of FA Cup in English Premiership, over, I think, 2 weeks ago. And then, and the spotlight was on Vinicius and then this other Cavaninga, who have both won virtually everything at their young age. Both of them are 20, 21, 21. I think they're 21, 22. Now, that is it. So, but I think as of now, Barcelona are leading Real Madrid with the league title. So, Real Madrid are happy winning the Copa del Rey Cup, which is the FA Cup. Now, in League One, PSG and Monaco are also the lead runner now. Now, PSG should have getting their hands on the cup now, but it's not as such because they lost like 3 matches, just like that, which after they lost the last match. After which Lionel Messi traveled, and the next thing, the Brouhaha. Although that has been said now because Messi has apologized, and PSG now wants Lionel Messi to join the team now. Now PSG now needs to win their remaining matches, which is I think is 3, because in League One they don't play the full 32 matches. I think they play 30. I don't think they play that because their own teams are 18. Now they have to win the remaining matches for them to win the league now. And I think they have on their trade, they have Monaco, I think they have Montpellier, and on the other things. Now in Premiership, it's also between Man City and Arsenal. Man City are leading by goal difference and then by having one outstanding match. But Arsenal has overcome 2 all teams on their chase now. Big teams, Chelsea upper week, and then they beating Newcastle upper week. Now they have Brighton. Brighton were humiliated or malued by Brighton. And Brighton were malued by Everton. Sorry, my apologies. Brighton were disgraced by Everton 5-1, which pulled out Everton from the relegation team. Now, what I'm saying is that the highlight of these leagues is that we have European sport that is available now. The top 3 are already know who is going to Champions League. Now we have the Europa sport too. The Europa sport has left for 4, 5, 6, depending on the qualifiers, format that they have in their leagues now. We also have some relegation battles now. In Premiership, we know things like Southampton are already relegated, but teams like Nottingham Forest, Brighton, they are fighting, to avoid relegation. And then that is it. So in all these leagues now, all these roundup, that is what now in these matches this week, watch out for your teams. I know Nigerians follow the top teams now, and watch out for the relegation teams and be able to decide which team is going to Europe, that is the Champions League, and the Europa. And don't forget that there's another the Europa Conference League, which is like consolation prizes for 6th and 7th now. From Africa Edge TV, this is our sports headquarters, where we'll be giving you a snappy roundup of what is happening in the sporting world. My name is Ayo. God bless you.